Greetings, salutations. What's up? My name is Chris Erskine, affectionately known as Pastor E here in the movement, and it is a joy every week to sit down with you and your family, or you personally, wherever you may be and wherever life may have you, to bring you tips and tools that will help you in your everyday practical life. Sometimes we can get caught up. Come on, let's admit it. We can get caught up with life, and especially in these holiday seasons, with so many things hustling, bustling around us, that we can lose sight of who we are and what we're going through in this very moment. We can put on smiles on our faces to attract people and attract their joy when we are absent of it ourselves. So for the next few minutes, let's take a moment. Let's be spiritually selfish and identify the things we need for ourselves. For the last several weeks, we've been into a series with Hope for the Holidays, providing insight for you and those who you love who are not doing particularly well during these holidays, period. Maybe that's the loss of a loved one. Maybe that's the loss of a job. Maybe that's loss of a career. Maybe that's the loss of your way. I just can't get it together. And I don't know why I'm not happy. I don't know why I'm not at peace. Well, the next few minutes, I want you to hang out with me. I want to share some things with you that I believe are beneficial, that have helped me and helped so many others that I know in the past. Check out these announcements.
This is a movement, gotta get with it. Ain't too late, just ask for forgiveness. Turn from your sin, get lined up right. Instead of my Savior, Jesus Christ. A movement, the way I live. Ain't no faking, all real. Let no one disqualify you. At the end of the day, God will judge you. This is a movement, gotta get with it. Ain't too late, just ask for forgiveness. Turn from your sin, get lined up right. Instead of my Savior, Jesus Christ. A movement, the way I live.
Thank you for tuning back in with us. I'm excited to share these moments with you. Never forget that the Movement Fellowship Church is located 1140 Pratt Highway in the beautiful city of Birmingham, Alabama. We have affiliates in Harlem, New York. We have an affiliate in Fellowship Church in Cleveland, Ohio, across the state of Texas, and as well as across the nation and around the world. The Movement Global allows you to connect with us wherever you may be. Check us out on any social media platform. We would love to hear from you. All things movement are TMFClive.com. That's T as in Tom, M as in Mary, F as in Frank, C as in Charlie, live, Live.com. If you can make it to TMFClive.com, there is nothing happening at the movement that is not happening on that website. Check us out. Go around that website. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you love, what blessed you. And then give us also some insight on who you are and how we could connect with you. We just don't want to bring these telecasts to you every week. It's not about ratings for us. It's about relationships. And so for the last several weeks, we've been in a series on Hope for the Holidays, dealing with grief and grief management. Last week, we talked about denial. We talked about anger. We talked about bargaining. We talked about depression. We talked about acceptance, and we talked about it as a roller coaster that you will find yourself on. Never think that you will outride grief. Never, ever think that when the roller coaster of grief comes to a screeching halt, you get off the ride and live a normal life like it never happened. You will deal with the hurt of the loss of whatever it is for the remainder of your life. It's how you manage it. It's that situation that I told you some some time ago, about Christian and I at Universal Studios in Orlando riding the Incredible Hulk. After the first few times, I kind of got down where the dips were, where the turns were, where the flips were. I knew when to grip. I knew when to hold on. I knew when to enjoy. And then after a while, it became second nature to me. And it wasn't that there were no dips. There was not any flips. And it wasn't that there wasn't any sudden turns and jarring and jarring. I had just become accustomed to it. And that's the thing about grief. You don't want grief to stop you from living. Because here's a major point that I do want to share with you. If it's a loved one, if it's a career, if it's whatever that has come to a stop in your life and caused you to have to make sudden changes, the loved one would not have wanted you to stop living when they stopped. Now, I know that's hard for some of you all to hear because you're yet holding on to them and holding on to their memory. But take it from me, someone who understands grief, someone who lives with it on a daily basis, who understands triggers, but understand that there are some triggers that are on the surface. There's some triggers that I have that I don't even know are triggers, and they will come at certain times, and I'll find myself shedding a tear, and then I'll quickly begin to teach myself what I taught you. And that's one of the lessons I want to share with you on today, and how to literally bounce back from a down moment, how to believe it's possible to be at peace. That's the lesson for today. To believe it's possible to be at peace. Well, the writer says the way things are now isn't the way that they will always be. They won't be like this forever. There's a phenomenal gospel artist, phenomenal singer by the name of Vashawn Mitchell. Vashawn Mitchell has a wonderful song entitled, in the song he says, it won't always be like this. God is perfecting what he started in me. Sooner or later, it's going to work in my favor. He's turning it around for me. I want you to hear those words today as I shout out to you, believe it's possible to be at peace. Can you say that with me? Believe it's possible to be at peace. Say it again. Believe it's possible to be at peace. If you don't believe that it is possible to be at peace, it will never happen for you. It's only the things that we believe, the things that we surmount, the things that we support, the things that we suggest, the things that we say to ourselves become a part of our reality. Have you not noticed? Like your God, the things that you speak into existence. You can speak yourself into a bad situation. Names never happen for me. I always am sick. This doesn't work, and that's never worked for me. And the more you complain, you shape your world around the complaining that you have uttered. But when you start saying things like, I will survive this, I will come through this, this will not take me out, this will not kill me, I'm stronger than this, I was built for this. It gives you the resiliency to continue to bounce back whenever life hits you with a blow. Can I ask you this morning, what blow has life hit you with lately? Last week, this week, yesterday, this morning. When did life take that blow at you that you knew that if I don't survive this, this is the end for me? And so in the midst of it, I must believe that it is possible to be at peace. Can I tell you, if you ever feel stuck, believe it's possible to feel differently. Say that again, Pastor E. If you ever feel stuck in life, always believe that it is possible to feel different. Believe in possibilities of itself. I'll never forget that Christian and I, Elena and my wife Loretta, we went to Utah, Alabama to visit my great-grandmother's home. She had passed away, and this was one of the first times that we had been to her house since her passing. When we got to that house, we were riding in a Avenger, a little green Avenger that we owned at that particular time. And because it had had a torrential rain for a few days, my routine of parking at her house was not in the driveway. We would pull across the yard and we would pull on the side of the house. That's normally where we would park. That's normally where we would be situated. But because of the rains, the ground was susceptible to being soft. Mud now was around the tires, and we felt ourselves losing traction. Well, the more I tried to gun it and push it and get out of that mud, guess what? We got deeper and deeper in the situation. I want you to know you're listening to me now, and you've been following the same kind of routine, but life has you stuck, and it has you in a situation that you feel like you don't have any more possibilities. Because the more you gun it, the more you press the accelerator, the more you try, you just get deeper and deeper and deeper involved in the situation. So what did you do, Pastor E? Me and my family, we got out of the car. We went into the house. My great uncle was there. And Uncle Bubba invited us in, and we laughed and joked and reminisced and had a great time. And he said, "Look like y'all stuck out there." I said, "Yes, sir, we are stuck." I said, "We followed our normal routine of pulling across the yard and on the side of the house." I said, "But the torrential rains." He said, "Yes, it's been raining for several days." He says, "And that ground is real soft." He said, "Well, how you going to get out of there?" I said, "I don't know. We're going to need someone to tow us out of there." So in the midst of Utah, Clinton, Alabama, I take out my phone to call AAA. I get AAA. AAA say it's going to be in a whopping 2.5 hours before we can get someone even in your location. Well, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, still haven't shown up. And some cousins pass by. And they say, "Hey, cuz, you need to get out of that situation? You need to get unstuck out that mud?" I said, "Yes, whatever you can do." So one cousin comes by with his truck, hooks up to the back of that Avenger and begins to pull it. And as he begins to pull, he says to me, "Make sure that it's not in gear." Some of you are listening to me now, and you got life in your own gear. You got life in your own gear of your own attitude, your own disposition, your own delight. You want to do things your way. But the car being in drive was pulling against what he was trying to get me out of. Maybe life for you is not as hard as it seems because you have it in drive when it ought to be in neutral. Neutral simply says, I'm not in reverse, I'm not in park, I'm not in drive, but neutral says that I'm in a position that I'm willing to go wherever the strength that is pulling me can pull me at this moment. So I put it in neutral, and I sat there. And he says, "I tell you what, cuz, get out the car. Because even your weight in it is causing me not to pull it out of this situation." There's another principle for someone. Believe it's possible to always be at peace. Here's what I did. I got out of the car, eliminated all the weight that was in it, and he began to pull. And after a while, would you believe, his truck got stuck trying to pull us out of the mud. I can't make this up. When I tell you the disdain, the disgust on his face, knowing that he had gotten stuck, trying to get us out of the situation, gave him even more a resiliency to make this happen. He said, "Cuz, give me a few minutes." He made a call. Another cousin showed up. And you got to know, in the country, everybody is your relative. He shows up, and when he shows up, he says, "Listen, I can help you get out of this situation, but I got the wrong truck with me right now. Give me some moments. I'll be right back and get my truck, my dually, to pull you as we pull the car out of this situation." He left, and he went home, and we waited, and we waited, and we talked, and we waited, and we laughed, and we reminisced while we waited on him to come back. Well, I tell you what, I want to take a commercial break right now. I want you to wait on me as we come back from these announcements. Check out this. I'll be right back.
They hung him high, they stretched him wide, he hung his head. For me, he died. That's love. Oh, that's love. They hung him high, they stretched him wide, he hung his head. For me, he died. That's love.
Join us for TMFC at Christmas on Sunday, December 22nd, 2024, during morning worship. We encourage everyone to attend all practices for the performance. We invite you to our TMFC Watch Night worship on December 31st, 2024 at 7 p.m., where we will celebrate another year of God's blessings.
On January 15th, 2025, we are excited to officially open the doors of our Movement Care Community Health Clinic at our Movement Center campus, located at 1517 Hibernian Street. Come join us at 10 a.m. to celebrate this incredible milestone in our ministry.
Tuning back in, I hope those announcements and updates bless you as much as they blessed us to provide them for you. We were talking about a situation, a grief moment. I first returned to the maternal house that helped raise me. When we pulled up in that yard that day, having attended a funeral, that was the first time that I had been back to that house since the passing of my great-grandmother. All kinds of thoughts swirled in my heart and in my head on that day, because I had started going to that house when I was 3 years old, staying summers with her, up through my teenage years and even into my adulthood. I would spend time. Now I'm stuck. I'm not only proverbially stuck, I'm emotionally stuck, because now we're in the house and I'm seeing the house and I'm going around the rooms and I'm reminiscing on different things. I know what it is to not want to go in certain rooms and not go into certain situations and not wanting to open certain doors because of the pain that you know you're going to experience from what's on the inside. But there's also a peace that can surmount your pain if you're willing to confront it. Remember this, you will never conquer in life what you're not willing to confront. Say that again, Pastor E, that's a gem. Here's another gem dropping right now. You will never conquer in life what you're not willing to confront it. So I'm emotionally stuck. I am physically stuck in the car. I am drained by the day, and my family is exhausted because this was not really our plans. Sometimes God will cause life to get you stuck in situations even when it wasn't your plan. Everything in me told me not to pull around the side of that house, but that was my routine. And because that was part of my routine, I had to do what was in me in my routine, only to find out it was for our detriment, our delay. My cousin, who came to help us with his truck, now he has the same problem I had because his truck is now stuck in the mud trying to pull us out of the same mud he was trying to get us out of. Of course, we called another cousin. That cousin said, I got a truck. He came by and saw the situation, assessed it, and said, there is no way I can get you and the car out of this situation. I'll be stuck too. But I got a more powerful truck than the one I got now. Just give me some moments. I'll be right back to get that truck, and I will help pull you out of this situation. He goes, he gets that truck. He hooks the truck to the truck that's connected to the car. He tells me, cousin, get in the car and get ready to steer it out of there. He begins to pull the truck. As he makes traction, pulling the truck out of the mud, he then subsequently is pulling us out, the car out of the mud itself. So we literally see a phenomenal shift happening. One truck is pulling another truck, and the truck that was stuck, that was connected to the car, is all being pulled out at the same time. It never would have happened if he had tried it in the first truck he showed up with. Some of you are throwing in the towel because the first option didn't work for you. Some of you are throwing in the towel because you hadn't had a sequence of successes. But I'm saying to you, all you need is one. All you need is for one thing to turn around for you. All you need is one breakthrough, and life for you will be seen differently. As he began to press the accelerator and got louder and louder, as he began to pull, you could hear the chains tightening on both vehicles, and before you know it, he had pulled the truck out, the truck pulled us out, and we're all safe. We unhook all of the chains. We all began to laugh. We began to celebrate and thank each other for each other's time and efforts. I offered to give them something for doing this. They said no. We're family. Can I tell you, some of your greatest hurts are going to come from family. But some of your greatest healings are going to come from family. You got to be willing to trust the situation, trust the scenario with the family that is present at that very moment. Don't write off your whole family because of certain people in it that have hurt you. Don't write off your entire lineage because there's a few sprinkles here and there who didn't align with the mentality and mindset of the ancestors. But if those cousins who I hadn't seen in 20 years since we were little boys hadn't showed up, we still would have been waiting. Can I tell you, once the car and the trucks were safe, I got an update from AAA that said it's going to be another 2 hours before we can get someone even in your area. We had already surpassed 2 hours and 2 more hours. Now we're at 6 hours. And I called them and said, listen, never mind, cancel the order. They said, cancel the order? How are you going to get your car? How are you going to get home? I said, don't worry about it. We got some family who came by, took the time to assist us to get out of the situation that we're in. We're good. We don't need your services at this time. I'm praying for you that God and life will have it as so, that the things that have been delayed in your life, that you've been waiting for legitimately, who said it was coming, but for whatever reason could not arrive, that you'll be able to pick up life's phone and cancel because you've already been cleared. I'm praying that the thing in life that's been holding you back will give a release to now you can look back on the thing you were waiting for, the people you were waiting for, the scenario you was waiting on, the situation you was hoping to happen, and you can cancel it because you've been cured, you've been cleared. When we got out, we loved on Uncle Bubba, and we walked around that house again and laughed and joked, and we got on that car and we pulled out of the driveway and we hit 14, and 14 we hit 2059, and 2059 took us back to Birmingham. And we laugh at the moment now. We chuckle when we bring it up. We often say if we pulled up to that house, we'll never pull around on the side of it again. We've been back and we've seen the track marks of where the car was stuck, where they pulled us out. But all of that is in the fainting past because we understand that we continue to believe it was possible to have peace. I want to close out by telling you a phenomenal quote by Helen Keller that says, when one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so hard at the closed door that we do not see the one that is open for us. Say that again, Pastor E. When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one open for us. End quote. Helen Keller was helping us to realize the power of perception when it comes to peace. You'll never see open doors as long as your eyes are fixed on the one that are closed. We could have gone very negative in that situation. We could have turned on each other. You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have pulled around here. Why did you do that? That didn't make it. We could have got real upset with one another, but that was not going to get the car out of the situation. We had to get the car out so that we could get home. But can I tell you, it took us some time to learn some valuable lessons. And in those valuable lessons that we could depend on the peace that we were looking for. And at the moment we started believing, God starts sending help. That's a great mindset for you to be in. That the moment that we started believing for better, believing for peace, help showed up. Maybe help hasn't shown up because you still are not in the right frame of mind. Maybe you don't have the right mindset. Maybe you are not believing that peace is possible in all situations. Well, maybe when you start changing how you think, maybe the assistance will show up. Well, listen, that's my time for today. I want to take a short moment to pray with you and then close out. Father, in the matchless and powerful name of your Son, Jesus, we thank you that at these kinds of times of our lives, You don't run from us, but you draw close to us. We thank you for that. We need you right now. In the awesome name of your Son, the one and only, the God of peace, Jehovah Shalom, we do pray. The people of God shouted, amen. Well, listen, I thank you for another opportunity to share words with you, your family. I pray that you would take a moment, those of you who are part of our YouTube channel, even if you're watching this on the CW channel 21 here, CW21 here in Birmingham, or in its affiliates, stations and cities around Birmingham. If you would share this on YouTube with someone that you know needs a word for the holidays. Maybe it's not even the holidays. Maybe it's just everyday life. I'm going through something that I cannot battle on my own. You share it with them. Watch God send help to you. I love you to life. Peace.
Hallelujah, you have won the victory. Hallelujah, you have won it all for me. Death could not hold you down. You are the risen King. You're seated in majesty. You are the risen King. Hey, death could not hold you down. Hey, death could not hold you down. Hey, 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 hey. I need y'all to swag it, sir. Hey, hey, hey. Say yo! Say yo! Say yo! Say yo! Say yo! How great is our God? Sing with me. All we see and 1, 2, 3 is our God. Say he's a great big God. This is a movement. If you ain't with it, please just keep it moving. Standing up for Christ and can't a devil out there move me. Step into the light so they can see everything that we doing. You can see it when we moving. You can feel it in the music. We done all had a dream, just like Martin Luther. My father is the king. You can just call me Junior.